What's up, good people? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Hope everybody's had a great hump day. Hope you got over the hump. Hope you were humping or whatever you do for hump day. It's over. This is Cowboys Eagles hate week. This week is huge. Let's be clear here. I'm going to say that this week is huge for both teams. This game right here is to set you up for the rest of the season. I hate to say that. It's not the death nail for either team. Both teams are going to be in the playoffs. Let's be clear about that. But Philadelphia, they want that home field advantage. Cowboys, we need that home field advantage. We need some home cooking. We can't do what we did last year, being the number 5 seed with a 12-5 record, and have to travel on a Monday night to Tampa Bay to a team that's barely got a winning record, kick their teeth in, and then on a short week have to travel to San Francisco. We don't want to do that. The Cowboys, for once, have actually a winning record, 11 straight at home. And if we want to try and be in the Super Bowl, we need that big time. Now, I tell you what's kind of funny. Now, I get the usual trolls in there that are coming in. We're going to beat the Cowboys. We're going to win, But they're not talking that other stuff that they've been talking about. The Cowboys are ass, they suck, we're going to blow you out. It seems like even the talking heads, they're all picking the Eagles. The Eagles have the home field advantage. They got the better record. I'll be honest with you. If you look at their offensive line, their wide receiver core and things, they're better. They're better. But I'm going to take my defense over them at any stretch of I'm going to take my defense. That defense of theirs, that's 18th in scoring defense, I believe, that's given up more touchdown passes than anybody else. Anybody else. They're averaging 2 touchdown passes given up a game. Dak Prescott has averaged 1.7 touchdowns per game against those 7 Eagles. And in the last 3 games, which of course are meaningless according to Eagle fans, it's funny that, our Super Bowls, because they were won before the Eagles won theirs, don't count. They don't all that, you can't count that. But world championships that happened before I was born do. Okay. Be that as it may, somehow the 11 touchdown passes and 1 interception and the 40 burgers, 3 in a row, that the Cowboys have put on the Eagles when they were supposed to be really good defenses speaks volumes. Now, the Cowboys offense has not looked good. Didn't need to for some of the games, but looked completely out of sync. You saw CeeDee Lamb kind of upset on the sidelines. You saw the ball going to Michael Gallup too many damn times, where he's not the guy that we thought that he was going to be again. And Brandon Cooks was like, is he still on the team? But you saw against the Chargers, the offense start to take some steps forward. And this past week against the Rams, which does have a pretty good front line. They did get to Zach and Dak several times in that game. The Cowboys were able to feast against that team. And if you're able to feast against that team and all that, I think you can probably do pretty well. I think some hay can be made on that secondary. Now that the Cowboys remember, oh shit, we got Brandon Cooks. Let's use that guy. Oh, CeeDee Lamb. He's our number 1, not Michael Gallup. Oh, man, it's our bad. We got that backwards. Mike McCarthy. And started doing some motion and moving guys around. That maybe, just maybe, just bear with me for a second here. I know I'm the guy that's the glass half full. We know that I'm the guy that's the glass half full. But maybe because we have changed offense, maybe because we have changed so many coaches, maybe, just maybe, it's going to take a little bit of time to get comfortable with what they're trying to do. Is that a possibility? Because we just changed this. We just got rid of Kellen Moore less than a year ago into the offseason. And Mike McCarthy's come up with this offense. And as much as we don't like Mike McCarthy or kill Mike McCarthy, the reality is this is the third season in a row that we've been at least 5-2 at this point. This is the first guy who has us pointed into going to playoffs 3 years in a row, where nobody's done that since Jimmy Johnson. So maybe we should cut him a little bit of slack here. I know we haven't won the Super Bowl, but shit, he ain't the only coach that we've had here that hasn't won the Super Bowl. But I'm excited because I saw my quarterback back to doing some magical things. And I know that my Cowboys, they look for games like this. They're not scared. They actually relish this challenge right here. And as much as people are picking the Eagles, you know I'm picking my Cowboys. I feel good about it. We got some really good news, possibly, potentially, that can make all the difference in the world. Tyron Smith didn't practice today with the team. He worked out with the rehab specialist. And when asked, Tyron, do you think that you're going to be able to play? You're going to be playing this week? And he said, absolutely. He said, what we're doing is we're not trying to aggravate the stinger. We're doing rehab work. We're going to make sure that I'm ready. Because ultimately, Tyron Smith probably knows the offense just as good, if not better, than Dak Prescott. All I need him to do is to be able to play the game. He doesn't need the practice. And if the Cowboys have him, that will help. The Tyron Smith from, 4 or 5 years ago, no. But he's still one of the better left tackles in football. And yes, we do need to draft a left tackle next year, or draft a guard and move Mozzie back out to tackle. Either way, this is going to be motivation for Tyron Smith. Because Tyron Smith knows I've got less days ahead of me than I do behind me. But this is an opportunity for the Cowboys to really make those talking heads out there and the haters eat crow. You've been told that the Eagles have the better team, better offensive line, better wide receivers, better draft, the better draft this past year, better coaching. They're playing at home. They got the quarterback who's an MVP. He was Offensive Player of the Week last week. We trust him more than we trust Dak Prescott. Little old Dak Prescott. We know they both had 4 touchdown passes last week, but it was only the Rams for the Cowboys. And of course, the Eagles, it was that juggernaut, the Washington Commanders. So those things aren't equal. Of course not. But if you go up there and you bitch slap and punch them in the mouth, the Eagles, and you take their Halloween candy, boy, that sets you up real nice. Because the next stretch we've got some games, man, where we can start stacking some wins that can go a long ways as the Eagles go into the meat of their schedule. That's a possibility to try and get this lead, kind of like the Eagles have at the moment, that we can turn around and get that. So this game is definitely huge, and I can't wait to get this thing going. I'll be headed back home Friday, so we'll be in the man cave this weekend, and I'm gonna bust my ass tomorrow and try and get a little bit more done and get back and get ready for this game. Yeah, this game's big. Eagle fans, they're acting a little scared. So, good people, remember, tell the people you love how much you love them. Because this world is crazy and you might not get the chance again. I love you guys. I appreciate you. And God willing, I'll see you tomorrow. Now comes my favorite part of the day. Take a shower and snuggle up next to my baby and telling her I love you. Peace out, people.